Hey everybody, tonight's dinner is smoky salmon over bow tie pasta and a very simple Alfredo sauce. And then I'm going to put on the side just a little bit of asparagus and some tomato. Sounds like a good dinner, right? So the star of tonight's party though is this smoky sea salt. It is not just ordinary salt. Oh, no, no, no. This actually has been infused with hickory. So you can smell the hickory through the bottle. And this is going to be the star of our party to get this really smoky flavor in our salmon. So back here, I already have boiling in some salted water my bow tie pasta. So we're going to stir that up a little bit. And then we're going to use some of our smoky salt. And then, this salt, I didn't really know about kind of flavored salts for a long, long time until I just started kind of researching, like, how do I kick up my food just a little bit? And came across this smoky salt, as well as many other flavored salts. And so it definitely does add a lot of something to even just some basic dishes. So let's salt up the salmon. And I put the smoky salt on both sides of the salmon. Got it ready going in my grill. Nice. And then, how about if we probably should get going our veggies in the back, and then we'll make our Alfredo. So I really like pretty thick asparagus, but the one thing that you gotta kind of watch out for is, unfortunately, some of the stores don't necessarily keep this asparagus in water in the grocery store, and so it will dry out considerably the stalk of your asparagus. So I like to cut off that really tough part of the asparagus. And then I'm going to cut the asparagus really kind of in some bite-sized pieces. So we're going to just line them all up here. We got our asparagus. So let's get the asparagus cooking back there in the back. We're going to be doing all kinds of things. In my pan with the asparagus, I kind of just put a little bit of olive oil, because even though it's a non-stick frying pan, I want to have a little bit of that flavor to it. And then up here, let's just kind of cut our tomatoes in half. And this can be a really easy, quick dinner. As you can see, I've got a few things working here at the same time. Let's give our pasta a stir. Make sure it's doing good, looking good so far. The smoky salmon, I could still smell like that smokiness coming off of the salmon. But I think, when you cook the salmon, it pretty much cooks, probably 6-8 minutes. Turn it, right? You'll start to see it getting brown on the other side. You'll see the pink will start to turn white in the middle of the salmon. I'll let you know when it's starting to get pretty well done. Let's keep slicing up my tomatoes here. Looks like our asparagus is doing okay back there. And we're going to add our tomatoes to our asparagus. Just turn that up a little bit. So far so good. Everybody's doing well in the pots. All right. So up here, I am going to start my Alfredo. I don't really like Alfredo from the jar. It tastes a little commercial, right? A lot of thickness. This is a very simple Alfredo sauce. And most often, this is stuff that you just kind of have in your refrigerator already, right? So you can put this together pretty quickly. So let me show you how I'm going to do it. Take a look. Yep, our salmon needs a turn. There we go. Yep. The smell of the salmon. I love it. Looking good. Turn it up just a tad bit. So here I have about 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're going to put that in our pan. Just let it melt a little bit. And then I have here about 1.5 cups of half and half milk. You can make Alfredo in a couple of different ways. You could use a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of almond milk if you want, and season it up that way, and Parmesan. So tonight we're going to use some butter and a little bit of half and half. So we got that going. What we want to do now, make sure we keep an eye on our asparagus back here and our tomato. Looking good. The color of the asparagus and the tomatoes together, lovely. All right. And then over here, I have about 3/4 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to put that in there. And this should start to thicken up pretty soon. And what I want to do though is I want to layer a little bit of flavor into my Alfredo. So I want just a pinch or so of the smoky salt. So we'll put a little bit of that. Not too much. But I do want to taste that smokiness. As well as about 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. We're going to let this boil and continue to ensure that we stir it because we don't want it to burn. Check on our salmon. Yep, looking good. Beautiful. Nice. Okay. Make sure we give it a little bit of room. Let's go back over here and stir our Alfredo. This is a very quick kind of a meal. And I feel like I'm getting a good amount of veggie as well as flavor. Tonight I felt like salmon. Not only salmon good for you, right? I do, it's kind of my fish of choice, if you will. But it is pretty flavorful. I love the fact that you can do so much with salmon. Makes salmon salad one of these days. Maybe I'll make my famous salmon salad for you all. My family absolutely loves it. Salmon can be even used in an omelet. So I've made breakfast with grilled salmon and folded into my omelet. So that works just as well too. So it looks like our Alfredo is starting to get thick. We got our veggies back here cooking, which are almost done. We're going to drain our pasta. Our salmon should be done here in just a minute. So I want to bring this all together for you and let you see exactly what this looks like. So come back and join me in just a few minutes and I'll show you how we put it all together. So our salmon was cooked probably 10 minutes total and on high heat, so it's done pretty quickly. We had our bow tie pasta that I tossed in my Alfredo sauce. And so now, let me show you how I'm going to put it all together. So we have a little bit of bow tie pasta, those veggies. I think a little bit of parsley would look and probably tastes really, really good. So let's put a little bit on. So let me show you what I have. So I have my smoky salmon that's infused with that hickory salt that you can still smell. Put a little bit of it in my Alfredo. Let's take a taste. Let's see what we got. Okay. So the hickory salt tastes almost like bacon. You get a little bit of that same hickory flavor as bacon on top of this salmon. Really, really good. Super good. We've got asparagus and some sauteed tomatoes. This is dinner. So tonight, you heard me talk about the star of my party was the smoky salmon and its hickory salt. And as usual, the hickory salt is just a click away. Go out to the website and it is thehoneyandcompany.com and you can find this hickory salt and many other of the salts that we sell at the Honey and Company. Thanks so much for joining. I'll see you next time.